Hi, good evening. Tonight on Newsworthy, an amendment to Rajasthan's marriage registration law. Now, why is this important? Why is this newsworthy? Well, it provides for mandatory registration of marriages, including child marriages. My name is Anubha Bhonsle, and I'm hoping with that one statement, you'll stick around for the next few minutes as we try and make sense of what is being done and why it's being done. Now, you know what a child marriage is, right? A marriage where either the boy is below 21 or the girl is below 18. Solemnization of such marriages is criminalized under the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006 or the PCMA. So adults, whether let's say it's the man marrying a girl or any others who help facilitate a marriage of this kind, can be punished under this 2006 law. But there's an important point here. The 2006 law does not make child marriages illegal. Yes, I repeat that. The 2006 law does not make child marriages illegal. They are still valid in India. More accurately, they are voidable on appeal by either the bride or the groom when they become adults. Experts say this is a lacuna in the 2006 Act. In fact, in 2017, even the Supreme Court found it rather strange that the law, while prohibiting a child marriage and criminalizing it, does not declare it void ab initio, which means void from the start. Now, this gap is where the latest developments, in a sense, are playing out. In Rajasthan, the government has recently passed an amendment to the Compulsory Registration of Marriages Act 2008. It's amended Section 8. What you need to know are the original provisions. They actually required mandatory registration of marriages within 30 days if the bride and the groom were under 21 years of age. This registration was to be done by their parents. So, compulsory registration of child marriages is not exactly new in this country. It has been the law for over a decade. Now, the amended version only says that the parents must register the marriage within 30 days of the wedding if the bride is under 18 and the groom is under 21. It is a seemingly small, minor technical change, right? But the amendment also authorizes women above 18 years to provide information of their marriage on their own, as opposed to making it her parents' or her in-laws' responsibility. Now, what does this do? Well, the hope is that this casts a wider net to bring more data about child marriages into the system. The amendment, in a sense, also allows even local district officials to register marriages. So what does it do? Well, it creates a more robust documentary evidence to facilitate action against child marriage and also possibly solve for other issues that arise, such as legal rights of children who are born in child marriages or multiple marriages, etc. Now, one important piece of context: mere registration of a marriage is not what makes it valid or invalid. It is just a regulatory mechanism, as noted even by the Supreme Court. So there are experts who are obviously pro these amendments, say they are very much valid. Criticizing the Rajasthan amendments for lending validity to child marriages, they say, is missing the wood for the trees, because given how the law up till now itself terms them as valid until they are declared void. So if you want to, what you need to do is scrutinize the law.
But not everyone is on the same page about the Rajasthan amendment. The opposition, the National Commission for the Protection of Child Rights, and many others have a different view. Their main criticisms are: number one, legal nuance about whether or not registration is equal to validity aside, it adds to the perception that child marriages are okay, which means it adds to the perception that related issues like sexual violence and teenage pregnancies are okay. Number two, the argument that the amendment safeguards the right of children born in child marriages makes little sense, seeing how sections of the PCMA already take care of the legitimacy, the custody, and the maintenance of such children. Number 3. The amendment makes it harder for annulments of child marriages, since registration certificates might become compulsory to first prove that the minors were married. These certificates, for instance, could not be handed over by parents to the children once they turn into adults. And what's missing in all of this? Are we really making child marriages tough? Does the Rajasthan Amendment really take additional or stricter actions against offenders? Not really. It says register the marriage and it ends there. It doesn't solve for the question that if the PCMA makes it punishable for parents and guardians of children if they promote or permit child marriage, why would any parent come forward to register child marriage? And whether or not we like it, the law by itself is not enough. A similar contradiction has cropped up with the recent verdict by the Punjab and Haryana High Court. It observed that a Hindu child marriage is legally valid if the woman does not immediately declare the marriage void when she turns 18. This is in contradiction with the PCMA that gives girls and boys 2 years after turning an adult to appeal to a court and have their marriage declared void. So the latest verdict essentially shaves off 2 years for the woman to say that she wants out of a child marriage. And all these developments, they couldn't have come at a worse time. Thanks to the pandemic, schools, an important safeguard against parental pressures, were closed. The mass return of male migrants to villages last year triggered a wave of anxiety about the safety and economic well-being of girls. And limits on social gathering made weddings unexpectedly affordable. The result? A 50% increase in child marriages in 2020 compared to 2019. I'll stop here for today. If you found value in this video, if it helped you break down this story in a meaningful, calm way, please like and share it on your social media. At Newsworthy, our effort is to do the news without the noise and with the context that too often gets glossed over. So do consider making a monetary contribution towards this goal of ours via the link in our bio or in the description, depending on where you're seeing this. Every bit of it helps us do the kind of journalism that you deserve. To those of you still listening, my name is Pallavi Prasad. Thank you so much for your time today.